Let's go ahead and do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the January Town Council meeting. I'll start out with roll call. Jason Little.
Here.
Patricia Ball.
Here.
Kevin Burke.
Here.
Michael Johannes is absent. Brian Moore.
Here.
Also present, Attorney Kevin Patmore and Clerk Treasurer Jane Lindsay, and department heads.
For the first order of business, I think we got to elect new officers for the 2026.
Yes,
Approval of minutes first.
elect officers before the meeting
Okay.
starts.
So, as usual, we got to appoint a president and a vice president.
Make a motion that Kevin Burke retain the office of president of the council.
Second.
Okay, I have a first and second for me to be president. Is there any other comment? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those disapprove say nay. Let it be known that it passes 3-0.
Make a motion to appoint Patricia Ball, Vice President of Santa Claus Town Council for 2026.
Second. Okay, I have a first from Jason and a second from Brian to appoint Patricia as vice president. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Let it be known it passes 3-0. Let's see, we gotta do.
No,
No.
because by state statute, IC code, that I'm just automatically,
Cool.
you're stuck with me.
That's the best.
Sorry.
Hence the title.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Do
Okay.
all those committees or not yet?
We did them last in
Okay.
December,
Okay.
so we're good.
Okay, next we got is approval of minutes for December.
Yeah, you want to do
Do you
that
want to
now?
do that? We can do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott Elliott would like to bring the nomination of David Maddox to the council for appointing him to serve on the water board. It was Frank Fowler's spot, and then he retired and Matt Willems took over that term. So this is still a continuation of that same term from when Frank Fowler, so it's still in that 4-year spot. It's a 1-year term limit before he would have to be reappointed.
I make a motion that Dave Maddox becomes part of the water board.
Second.
First and second from Trish and Jason to appoint David Maddox to our water board.
How much
Any other discussion?
there's a year left in that term?
Yeah, 1 year.
I think he'll,
Stay
Yeah.
with it? Good. Okay,
He's been twice, I don't think he's gonna run away, but we'll see, you know?
we'll see.
You'd have to go pick him up, didn't you? There's no other discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let it be known it passes 4-0. Now if we can go to the approval of the minutes.
Yep.
Make a motion that we approve the town council minutes from 12/8/25.
second.
I have a motion to approve the minutes from 12/8/25, from Tricia and Jason. Any other discussion on this? If not, all those in favor say aye. Let it be known it passes 4-0.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from 12/22/25.
Second.
I have first from Trish and a second from Jason to approve the minutes from 12/22/2025. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Let it be known it passes 4-0.
Now make a motion to approve the minutes from the 12/29 special meeting.
I will second that. Let it be known that Trish and Kevin request for approval of the minutes from 12/29/2025. Any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Or those opposed say nay. Let me know, it passes. Is it 3?
Yeah.
3-0. Okay. Comments, from the council? First thing we have on there is a proclamation. That's been brought to the council for consideration. This gentleman is turning 100 in January. And his family requested that we would consider a proclamation in consideration for his 100th birthday. I think it's a great honor for somebody to be living that long. And what he has done as far as the service and that. How does everybody else feel about it? Part of me says we should have some type of process that we go through to determine the eligibility of this proclamation, because I feel it's a very privileged proclamation to have for people who are living or served in the community and that. Just wonder how everybody else feels.
There should be a process, and it shouldn't be done the council, on a moment's notice. I feel that it should, I know it's a major milestone to, live that long, but I think it needs to, be a past employee of the town, a past council member, a business owner in the town, something of that nature, my opinion.
Unless we do a blanket, anybody who turns 100, we will do a proclamation. We need to make a standard. Like Jason said, maybe it should be somebody who has contributed, or maybe we should just say, any citizen within our town that makes it to that milestone, 100's quite the thing. Is that what we open that up to? So, those just thoughts.
I agree with both of you. I think it's an important proclamation that we do, and I think we have not abused it in the past. The requests that we have made over the past many years. And I agree with both of you on that. So, do we want to call it a motion to approve what we just talked about, or do we want to have it for further discussion later on and table this proclamation?
And then what, your thoughts, Brian?
But yeah, I mean, I think there should be some standards, but you want to table this one down though?
Well, we can't, we either have to make a decision, yes or no on this one.
Yeah.
And it was brought to our attention
That's
at least a month ago that it was coming.
Yeah.
But, perhaps, could we do this proclamation and then set, okay,
Like I explained, you have the risk of somebody who's 90 years old. or whatever.
exactly.
Or somebody whose child is turning 5 could come in and say, I want you to declare this Joe Smith's 5th birthday day or something.
So-
I think we should move forward with this one, and then maybe
Yes.
next month.
And I think the 100 should be significant.
Yeah, you're not gonna have too many people in it.
Right. Well, speak to yourself. All right, so I think that how we should say this is, I make a motion to make a proclamation to Mr. Newman due to his 100th birthday service that he he served for the United States, and also being a resident of the town of Santa Claus. The 100th birthday is significant here.
Second.
Okay, we have first and second from Trish and Jason to approve the proclamation for Mr. Newman. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let me know if it passes 4-0.
And Kevin, you have the proclamation prepared?
I've got it right here for Kevin's signature.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, so we do need to make some standards on that, so we can.
This.
He's on.
Next thing I saw recently in the past month, we all know that America is turning 250 this coming summer, and it looks like there's starting to be a lot of activity about advertisement, things that could be happening across the country, and I didn't know if we had anything, we thought about planning anything special here in Santa Claus, or if the county's planning on anything special, or
Town of Dale is already.
Oh, are they? I don't know. Yeah,
They are.
okay. So we need to get on that.
I do remember from the 200th birthday, there were parades everywhere across the area.
I don't know that we did anything, the 200, so, in this area, did we? I don't know.
So,
I was only 5 years old.
I
Well, I was only 11.
I got a drive car tractor. That was pretty cool.
know. So do you have ideas, suggestions you
I
want to bring
didn't
to the
know.
table?
I didn't know if anybody else thought of it or what.
Maybe what we should do is talk to a few other towns, see, and then also to America's Christmas hometown. Yeah,
There's
And
a sign
see-
hanging on the door of my store, I just haven't read it.
about,
Uh,
Dale?
What Dale's doing.
okay,
There's some meetings coming up.
okay. I have a meeting with, both Melissa and Brooke, who are American Christmas Hometown and the Visitors Bureau next Thursday, and I will bring it up to them and see if we have direction. Or, ideas, even ideas, it would be great to celebrate that. We need to be a celebratory town.
And the next thing I had on my list was art murals on buildings and that. I think recently what has happened with Holiday Foods, from the local people putting that up, I think that's a fantastic thing, and we could encourage any other people or want to do that with their businesses, or please come forward and, maybe we can get some help to get it done.
Yeah, the grants would be the biggest thing, because it's very expensive, believe it or not, to do such a thing. So that would be, if we could encourage people and find them, they could find the money, or we could find the money, or the arts organization could find the money.
Or even the businesses might donate
Right, help
the
out.
funds, have it done to their building.
We could get the artist that does the overpass.
That is awesome, they do such good work.
Community
See if they
service.
can volunteer so I can find out who they are.
Community service.
Hey, I'll make a Facebook post.
It would, it really would. I mean,
We know you're good.
Yeah. welcome to
DM
Santa
me.
Claus. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we do some train cars too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do those. We did catch those.
Okay, then the other thing, I just wanted to encourage people to get on bandwagon with, the public is, town recently, sent a letter to our representatives, about, trying to get possibly a food tax and some other help here in the area. And that letter went to, Senator Schmidt and Representative Steve Arnold, with the state. Sent that out back in December, and I have not heard anything from them. Have you? some comments from them and whether they're gonna help us with it or not. And the more support we can get from the community, sending requests to them, will help. That's all I have. You guys have anything else? Okay, let's move on to the reports and, Max at the fire department.
You've got my monthly report for the month of December. We had 14 first responder runs, we had a garage fire, we had a CO run, we had 2 disregards, and we took part in the parade for a total of 19 total runs for the month. Got a couple things, the truck did sell.
Who got it?
Poland, up by, South Brazil, kind of east of Terre Haute.
Yeah.
So Jane has the paperwork to set the account up to wire the money here, and then
Excellent.
I need a paint, what do you think about taking the lettering off before we
Yes,
get rid of it?
yes.
I don't know when it's gonna happen. Jane, have you heard anything?
I did reach out to them earlier today, but I've not heard back. I'm not sure whether we're gonna be able to have a wire transfer done or not yet. I'm gonna have to get that approved because, the State Board of Accounts really doesn't want us to give banking information to outside vendors. And this is garage something dot netcom something, I
Maybe
don't
we
know what it
gotta
was.
accept the cashier's check or?
I'm trying, if they're insistent upon it, I'll have to see what our other options are, and see if we can get that approved or not. And the reason for that, and I totally understand, is, the State Board of Accounts, when people have access to your accounts, they're more easily hacked. If they should have a security breach, then people have access to our taxpayer money, and that's just not acceptable.
I'm not in favor of a wire
So,
transfer. at all.
it's not something we can accept transfers electronically from other government entities, like the state of Indiana, the auditor's office, but outside vendors, they don't want people to have access to our bank account. And so it's just something we're just gonna have to pursue. I'm looking at that anyway I've already spoke with Spencer County Bank about, us being able to accept other online payments and things like that through possibly Square for like gym memberships and things like that. And what Spencer County Bank had advised is that we set up a separate bank account, kind of like where that money goes into that account and then we manually transfer it into our general account. So that may be something that, we're gonna be doing in the future as far as trying to get maybe another account set up for things like that, where if they do hack that account,
Right.
it's only
That's
a
safe-
limited amount of funds in there that they would have access to. It would just be whatever we hadn't transferred yet, which would be limited. So I am working with them to see if we can get an alternate payment. If not, I'm gonna have to see what our options are for us to be able to accept that money. So it's something I'm working on.
Good, thank you for working on
I just forwarded all letters.
Yeah.
it. Excellent.
Yep.
We should get a cashier's check to verify that bank,
Mhm,
whether it's good or not.
mhm.
So then we'll have it, get the title to you, and then you can wire it to my trust account.
Okay,
Fine. Cool.
so that's an option.
Yeah, they're a good.
So I'll get with him and maybe we'll
Yeah, maybe
work that
that'll
out. Mhm. Thank you for offering.
Yeah, that's it, thank you.
Then the only other thing I have is the Goodorf invoice. They wanna put that in tomorrow, but they'd like to get paid as soon as they can. So I need approval, to pay this pending installation.
We're gonna do this out of any day, we discussed, since it was,
Since it was like complete afterground situation.
make a motion to approve the Gudorf invoice for the fire department in the amount of $5,964.13 to be taken from the rainy day fund.
Second.
Okay, first from Jason and second from Brian, the work to be done to Goodar.
And this is pending that the work is actually completed.
That's right.
Yeah, pending
this
it's
is-
finished tomorrow.
And also that it's installation of a new compressor on our geothermal unit, just to clarify what it's for.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, it's all right.
There's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay, let it be known it passes 4-0.
And that's all I have, unless anybody else.
Any new members in the pipeline, or?
Yeah, I've got cut by 3 new applications, because there's gonna be an EMR class in March, so I need to get them on. And so they're in that class, there's some interest in that.
Good.
Yep.
Good evening, everybody. You have a monthly report, just 2 items of discussion for me. One is actually not on my report, because I was notified today. So, we actually, had put in for a grant, with the Community Foundation. The Spencer County Community Foundation is celebrating their 30th anniversary this year, and as part of that process, they actually requested that advisory board members nominate a project in the community, each one. And Nikki Turner graciously nominated the park to receive a grant for $3,500. And we'll be using those funds to purchase a water station for the park. This will have a bottle filler, 2 fountains, one is wheelchair accessible, and then it will also have a pet station at the base for dogs and other pets that people bring to the park. So really excited about that, and really appreciate Nikki and the Community Foundation for supporting us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if
Thank
you
you
see,
very much.
if you see Nikki out in the community, remind her to thank her.
Yes, thank you.
And then the only other thing that I have, we've been working with Universal Design for a remodel of our restroom in the foyer at the community center. Currently, there are 2 single-use restrooms, neither of which are compliant. There's no turning radius, there's other numerous issues. So over the last year, they've put together specifications, and then they actually sent that out to contractors, and they have forwarded the quotes onto the park board. And the park board opened them at Monday's meeting last week and voted to recommend JK Forever Homes in the amount of $26,763.60. They were the low quote. I do have the other dollar amounts if you guys want them. I can send those on to you. But basically, back in July at the budget hearing, we had discussed, I think it was $30,000 in Cume building funds for that project. So I believe we just need your further approval.
I don't
Is this a
believe,
local company?
yeah, yeah.
Tell City, aren't they?
Yeah. Do good work.
They're a part of a larger company.
Yes.
I don't think you, as long as your park board approved that number, you don't have to tell us the other numbers. I mean, that's, yeah. I make a motion that we approve the renovation for $26,763.60.
Second?
I have a first from Trish and a second from Jason to approve the restaurant remodeling. Any other discussion?
You want this paid out of the CCB money?
Yeah.
There's no other discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let it be known it passes 4-0. So,
Does anybody have any questions for anything else? Any comments, concerns?
Did you decide about the drop box for the community foundation on the outside of the building? I know me and you talked about that, and I never followed up with you about it. Remember they're wanting a drop box on the outside of the building?
Yeah, so they had mentioned it. I don't see any reason why we couldn't necessarily. That might be more of a Kevin question. What are we talking about?
So the community foundation is housed at the community center. They have an office there. And so they are wanting to put an outside drop box attached to the building for donations and payments to the community foundation for when they are not in office, like when their office is not open.
I would say it's only issue with it, right?
Okay,
It's not turning or rent.
yeah, as long as it's a locked box.
Okay.
Is it gonna drop into the building?
I would say that would probably be too
Outside.
invasive
Yeah.
to mess with. I would say we'll either mount it to the building or to the concrete next to the building. I would imagine, so. As long as that's kosher with you all, I don't see any reason why they couldn't.
How often are they open there?
So Rachel usually, I believe, is there, normal, kind of normal office hours, but occasionally she has meetings and things. Yeah,
My only concern is, like I had talked to you about it, she needs to have regular hours because they're probably gonna get a lot of other things dropped in there, like gym membership fees and rental things, and, I mean, if there's a drop box at the front of the building, it's probably gonna get used for other things, so I just wanna make sure you're covered,
yeah.
that someone's gonna be checking it and getting you things that don't belong to them. That was my only concern
Sure,
with it.
sure.
So as long as they're there on regular hours to get you timely stuff,
I'm sure Rachel wouldn't have any trouble getting it to him.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine nothing else.
Or she'll
Walk
take it
across the
home and give it
hallway
to
and
John.
slide under the.
Yeah, I didn't know how often someone was there, so.
Yeah, yeah, we can kind of work through that. I mean, I'm sure that nothing's foolproof. There'll be something
I
that
don't think there would be any issues.
Yeah. Most of our members are pretty well conditioned. You drop your payment in the box when you get in the building and everything's good, so.
What do we do with it if they happen to vacate the building?
Well, I guess that depends. I mean, how would that work, Kevin? Would we request that they would provide the box? We could maybe assist them with installation, but then they would be responsible for removing the box, or would we want it to be our property?
We want it to be our property. That's an updated question, I
Needs
guess.
to be there.
Whatever.
I don't think it should be our property, I think it should be their property.
Well, I mean, upon them vacating, do they want,
Right.
if they're happy with leaving it to the town, we want it, I guess the question is, you may as well leave it up in the air that we have to put that in our lease, basically. I mean, their lease should say that any additions remain in the property of the town. But if you don't want it, we might as well take it, as long as they repair the outside of the building.
Yeah.
And that was just landlords,
Buildings.
all the time.
Well, I mean, that was my thought, was nothing else. If it was maybe a taller one that we mounted to the concrete, then it could always just be removed. You cut off some bolts and it goes on.
That would be that. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I think some ideas and, get your board to, approve it and bring it back for Kevin to look at.
Okay. Anything else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. We don't have Bob here tonight, the building inspector. Did he give a report?
Yeah,
Yes, there's a report in your packet, and he did reach out to me and let me know he wasn't gonna be attending the meeting, and he did not give me anything further beyond his report to discuss, so.
Okay, so if anybody has any comments about his report, just reach out to him and copy everybody in the email. Go ahead.
How are you? All I have is monthly report. Easy peasy for me tonight.
That's good.
If you don't have any questions.
How's the vehicle situation?
He wasn't bad.
Now we're vehicle staffed. Everything's running the way it should. No word from Ford. I reached out to actual Ford over Sternberg's head. Their customer service has not reached out to me. Let's just say that. I'll keep it nice. I don't let you go next. So, we'll see what happens.
these have vehicles right now.
And I know it's not just Ford, because we're dealing with it on my wife's brand new Chevy Traverse too, so. But anyways, yeah, vehicles all good. I did speak to Shane, I know Shane Oxford, about the leasing that you brought up. He no longer works there, so I'm waiting on the new guy to come. So, we'll see what happens. We'll look at leasing and see if that helps him.
Yeah.
There's just not very many police. There's only, used to you could get the Crown Vics and the Ford Tauruses and the Chevy Impalas. They're down to about 3 different police vehicles right now. Your choice are the Rams, which no longer have V8 in them, the Tahoes, which are huge vehicles, and the Dodge Durango, or a V6 Charger, which which I don't think would hold up. Ferdinand's had to replace 2 engines in their V6 Chargers. So,
Anybody using an electric vehicle in the area, or?
Yeah.
Gentryville has one.
Gentryville has it.
Yeah, I think it's been in the shop a few times because it won't stay charged.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was, maybe for them, is they don't use it enough. They're not a
Yeah.
full-time department, so
Yeah.
it may get driven once or twice a month, which, like they say about your cell phone, if you leave it plugged in all the time, eventually the battery's shot.
Yeah, even that.
Yeah. No, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I know they've had a few issues with it.
Well, right now, we're really glad you're here because you don't have any big money things for us.
Everything is going great right now. It's January, but everything's going great. A lot of arrests though in December, as you see.
Insane.
Yeah, it got a little crazy in December.
December's typically kind of a hairy month though, isn't it?
The summer's unbelievable.
Right.
Yeah. December's normally not like this.
Oh,
December's normally not like what it was. A lot of domestics. I think we had 4 domestics in the village that ended up in arrest. So, yeah. I think that's that. We've been in the house all year together and now we're mad at each other. So,
You know, financial issues and Christmas time
there's a
brings,
lot of financial.
brings a lot of extra stress.
it does.
Yeah, it does. So, that's all I got.
Okay, thank you.
Just think we didn't have that snowstorm like we did last year.
It's the beginning of January.
Yeah, still January.
It's the beginning of,
Yeah, knock on wood.
yep, that's right.
Good evening.
Good evening, all. Welcome to 2026. Happy New Year. I have several things for tonight. I know Scott will follow me to give some public information into the council with regards to the pass-through rate increase that customers will be realizing in their water bill. I'll let Scott handle all that later. Just real briefly, hopefully, on the trails, just to give you a next level trail update. Finally, at the end of 2025, we got all the I's dotted and T's crossed and all the construction documents, agreements, et cetera. I would imagine within the coming days, we will be mobilizing, or Denise Construction will be mobilizing out to the high school area to start on trail construction.
Maybe you advise them. It's gonna-
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've been on board since, they've been on board since way, like, last fall. Because obviously we want to present plans to them, give them a chance to look at it, see if they're on board with everything. And they're very excited about it. So we've got a couple of other things we need to work out with them, but they're, I wouldn't want to say cosmetic, but just west of the main entrance, I'll call it, there by the corporation building, we do have to extend a fairly large culvert, which may include removing some of the trees. So obviously I want to get their okay on that before we take any trees out. So other than that, I mean, they're very excited and they're ready to move on with the project.
Cool.
Again, that's all I have on the trails. Street and work, I'm sorry. You have a comment?
No.
I'm sorry.
I just said, okay.
Under street department, the item, sub-item A, or I, I'm sorry. We do have a prospective new hire for the street department. As the council recalls, we did budget in 25 for the 26 budget to hire a new person. This will be a great boost to our street department. We have chore lists that we keep, and some of those things just cannot get done because of just, we have one person right now. So it's going to be a great boon to the street department. So I don't want to give the gentleman's name tonight until obviously he gets past the preliminaries. So hopefully in February I'll have an update and I can give you a name of the person that we hired.
Okay.
I won't give a name, but I think he'll be a good one. Very mechanically inclined.
He checks all the boxes.
Yes.
No doubt about it. Yeah, I hope that we can make it work because he is a very qualified candidate. It's exactly what we need.
Excellent.
Sub-item II, Again, just another update. This is regards to the Community Crossings Grant paving project. Thanks to Jane's help, we did get some invoices paid. So I think there's somewhere just south of $12,000 yet owed on that project. In the coming days or weeks, I will get with the contractor. We typically do what is called a punch list at the end of any project. We go through and look to what we don't like and what needs to be remedied, and then they will probably submit the final invoice for that. That's all I have under the street department.
You're right. We thought about striping out Clubhouse Road all the way to the new 245.
Say that again?
The new 245, the new Clubhouse Road.
Yes.
It's kind of funky because it stops there, and then there's like the old 245 is very faded as far as the striping.
Of all the funky roads we have in this town, that's the one that you picked.
I drive it all the time.
There you go.
You hit the end of the new portion, and then you've only got like 300 yards. You got like 300 yards. and
So-
it's
So faded.
just
So the fact
faded crap.
that when you hit the new pavement, you hit a speed bump, that it didn't even.
I noticed that too. I wasn't. Yeah. I'm striping.
I'm sorry,
I don't usually drive at night. I usually drive during the daytime. At night, it's really noticeable whenever you drive because we pulled in there going from Louis, and it was like dark, and then suddenly nice bright lines. And it's like we're back here.
No, I apologize, I was
That's okay.
applying a little levity.
I did notice.
No, that's a valid concern, but if you notice, we do have other roads that are in need of striping. That was just not part of that contract, but we will look till we can.
Yeah, just
26.
It stood out to me there at night coming in from Louis.
Lewis J. Cook's
I'm
another
glad you
example,
said
that probably needs to be restriped as well, right after yours.
Oh, yeah.
That was new, 5, 6 years ago now, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of our road assessment, if you will. But no, thanks for bringing that up, really. Like I said, I was just joking.
We should have probably included that.
Get that new hire out there straight.
That's right. That's right. Again, that's all I have. I'm gonna have to defer to someone on wastewater. I'm not sure what that means.
We were talking about a rate study that
Oh,
was
yes.
getting tabled until tonight. To
Okay.
discuss a rate study
Okay.
for the wastewater.
Do we need a backstory or something, or?
Well-
I guess.
No, it was just brought up a
I
couple
think-
minutes ago, and so it was
I
supposed to
think
be.
my concern is a double whammy. We do need to do, we've discussed this, it's been years since we've done a rate study on water and waste, I mean, it's time. But we don't want a double whammy, if you know what I mean,
I know
since we're gonna
exactly.
talk about water. Okay, so I think that, how can we put that on, future tab, can we say, like a June discussion of a wastewater study, can we put it on a June agenda?
I would probably take, I mean, it takes quite a while to get the rate study done.
I know,
You would wanna start
I
it.
mean, it's good for, I mean,
so go ahead and
this
get it
is a
started.
pretty, this is a pretty minimal
Okay.
increase.
Okay, good,
And the water department plans on doing a rate study.
Okay.
A couple of
We,
weeks.
with the last rate study we did at 22, we did in a hurry with a lot of work, and we did, it took us 4 months.
so we
And that
probably,
was fast.
okay.
That was,
Yeah.
I mean. you
So
could-
to do the rate study is not, I just don't want the
Yeah,
public
they
to
take a
feel.
while. Yeah, they,
I briefly mentioned this at the last meeting. Again, I know that politics comes into play here. So one thing that may help you all on your political vision of things is that the rate increase that we're realizing in the water department was not per the town of Santa Claus. This
Oh,
is
no.
coming from our supplier.
Yes, I know,
So it's just something we have to pass on.
I just mean the
And they could do
double
that every 2
whammy for the
Uh,
public,
The,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, Scott, what was your, Scott's got the water utility planned out like. what,
He's gonna tell us-
2041?
Yeah.
He's got the water utility plan, so when
We'll do a rate study in 28 or 29.
So now's probably a good time to do a rate study for wastewater.
Yeah, then you do another rate study, and then you start talking about a cost of service study, and then you wanna bring the checkbook.
Okay,
You're gonna need lots of zeros.
okay,
I would advise you're probably better off to do
Okay.
the wastewater now.
okay,
That gives, because that's likely to be a more substantial one, so that then you've got some time to cushion and people to budget.
right.
Knowing that in 2 or 3 years, we're going to have a water study.
So how do we get that started? a wastewater,
You just give myself, Kevin, or Jane the authority to proceed. We do have monies budgeted for it for 2026. I assume it's considered a professional service, so we have to go out for bid. I would recommend we go with someone that knows that it's in there, so.
yes. Okay, so do we need a motion for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
You would authorize the, well, at least obtaining an agreement from Baker, is it Baker Tilly that you want to go with?
I'm not sure if we discussed with Baker Tilly or London Woody, one of the two.
Whichever one you're discussing.
I think it was
Oh,
London.
London Woody was part of the bond refinance.
Oh, okay. I would just authorize
They've got
Jane
new
to
data.
solicit appropriate firms at this point, then to perform a rate study, because she can check out more than one even and come back with an amendment.
so I move to do as Kevin, our town attorney, has recommended.
For me to pursue it.
Yes, please, pursue.
And Russ would help you too on
We will definitely be fully involved.
that. Any other discussion? Okay. If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Let it be known that passes 4-0.
Yes,
Thank you.
so that's a rate study. Okay,
So, obviously I have, some item H on here, but as per usual, I will defer, or have the council defer to my monthly report, which covers essentially the wastewater treatment plant, the wastewater collection system, and the street department, for the water and remainder of the wastewater, reporting. Just a couple of things to note, and Scott will probably talk about these at the bottom. I do just briefly mention, happenings in the water department. Basically, I just, said that they have begun construction began in earnest in the middle of December. And thus far, the weather has been agreeable, so progress has been pretty good. Just guessing, I'd say 40% of the pipes in the ground, maybe, pretty close to that.
Brian, you can see them, because they're down in the valley.
Yeah.
In pipe.
Yeah, moving along really well. They had a little slow start because we had to connect to the existing and get up out of that hole. Now they're on semi-flat ground and they've really been moving along. So progress is really good, and I'm pleased with what we're seeing so far. I also made a note there that we are now reviewing plans for phase 2 of the water project. Again, I'll let Scott give his dissertation on that. So, but that is really all that I have, unless the council has any specific question about my report or anything we've mentioned tonight.
I have none. Anybody else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
I don't know, did you get much information on this, or did you just go this way?
We just get along with me. Kevin did, he has the ordinance,
Yes, the ordinance.
typed up in.
So I can give you a little bit of a history before you get to the ordinance. So I was here in December for my usually once a year, I'm here and say hi. That was on Monday. And Russ's sense of humor doesn't go, Friday I get an email from him about the same time I get one from Toka that says Merry Christmas, here's your rate increase. So, that letter was dated December 11th, advising us that as of April 1, they would be raising our rate 28 cents a gallon. At our current rate, that translates to a 9% increase. We do our increases in percentage currently. Next time we do a rate study, I'm going to have this conversation. I'm sure they'll love it. But we do ours in percentage. So, with that said, we've got to have an increase. Since we're doing the increase, we did our last rate study, finished it up December of 22, went into effect in January of 23. And when we did that study, the recommendation from it was Lynn Whitty who did the study, was that we have a 20.86% increase. If you remember, prices were going kind of nuts back then. I mean, you couldn't keep up with them. The board elected to go with an 18% increase at that point, and we kind of got everybody to agree that that was okay for a couple of years. So since we're gonna need to do a rate increase to cover Patoka, we thought this would be a good time to go ahead and pick up the balance of this. It will allow us probably to push our next rate study off at least a year. As I just said, probably at 28, 29, and we were thinking 27, 28. So, and that would kind of depend on how the financials are looking at that time. The breakdown of that, and I have a spreadsheet here I'm looking at that I did for the water board. It's not quite 3%, but roughly 3% increase in our rates, in our water rates. We are only talking water. We are not talking reconnection fees, fire surcharges, all the other things that are in there. So this is metered water. Takes about 3% to cover that cost. Covers a little excess, but this is based on budget numbers, so I would prefer to be a little heavy on that increase. And it's pretty simple. You take 3% for that, 2.8% is another 3%, that's 6%. Now, the one thing we want to do, what the board decided to do was, this rate increase would not go in effect until the June 1 reads, which means they wouldn't get a bill for it until July. That is going to cost us some money. Where'd it go? I got it over there. $7,181 for us to do that. But we feel it will still give us a little bit of an excess. Our budget's gonna come out at about $30,000 excess after we pay Patoka for the year 2026. We think we could afford to wait until June, give folks a little longer to get ready for this and adjust to it. Now, for a residential customer, this is, if they do 2,000, it's $1 for them. Okay, well, I guess they pay tax, so there'd be a little more now. Okay, it's 52 cents per unit, 1,000 gallons, for the first 5,000 gallons. Okay, so it's not a huge number. It's not that 18% from 2022. The other thing is I am hoping that when we do the rate study, that by incorporating this additional 3% from the old one in now and getting that full rate study in, that we won't have, one of these 15, 18% increases when we do the next one. So there will be another Patoka increase there on a fairly regular schedule here. They just don't announce it until they're about ready to do it, for obvious reasons. A lot of legal stuff they gotta notify and let everybody know.
On 1,000 gallons, 52 cents.
52 cents.
Okay.
So,
Just to make that clear, yes.
and I believe Kevin has the ordinance there and has made some notes to that effect within the ordinance as far as why we're doing it or what it's for.
Okay, even though they're calling it a 6% increase, it really is only a 4.5% increase roughly. Because of the fact that the service charge that, back whenever when the town did the cost of service study, it split apart the rates, took away the minimum 2,000 gallons, and had the service charge plus the usage charge. They're not touching the service charges.
No.
They're only doing it on, like you said, based on metered usage, so even though they're calling it a 6% increase, because they're only doing it on the water itself, and not fire protection or.
And the rate study would have been the 2.86% from the rate study. Their recommendation was put that across everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just rolling that into the water only part. So I mean, And then we're waiting till June to do it. We can't make this any better than it is. It is what it is. I mean, things are going up and, you know, this will help cover, you know, those day-to-day, electricity. Everybody's heard about that one, it's going up, you know. Our chemicals go up, our parts go up. You know, labor goes up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, that's what that will go for and cover. So, any other questions on it?
Appreciate your help.
Very
All right, Kevin, you have the ordinance, so I'll let you handle that one.
What we would need at this point is a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 2026-02, an ordinance amending section 10.04 of the municipal code of the town of Santa Claus concerning water rates and charges.
Make a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 2026-02. It's an ordinance amending section 10.04 of the municipal code of the town of Santa Claus concerning water rates and charges.
And I'm second it.
First and second from Jason and Trish. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Unanimous passes 4-0.
So,
First reading.
I need someone to make a motion to set a public hearing for the adoption of ordinance 2026-02 for February 9th at 5:30 p.m.
That's your meeting.
That's it.
5 p.m.
5:30.
or 5:30, okay.
that is the,
Concerning water rates, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion that we set a public hearing for February 9th at 5:30 concerning water rates.
second.
First from Trish and a second from Jason. Set the public hearing. Any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let it be known, passes 4-0.
Zach, is the large
Aye.
building, large room at the community center available that night?
I don't think you'll need it.
Now I need a motion to authorize and direct me to publish the notice of public hearing and send the certified letters to the towns of Christie and Gingerville as required by our contract.
So moved.
Second. Okay, first from Jason and second from Brian, for Kevin to send a letter
And publish the
and
notice.
publish to the towns of Centerville and
Christie.
Chris. Okay. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let it be known, passes 4-0.
And I'll see you all again in February. We're gonna get tired of seeing you.
We gotta see you in December, January, and now February.
Let me consider
Pretty
it.
excited. Huh?
Let me consider it.
We're just-
You guys do that?
Yeah, I think that's enough for one night.
52 cents per thousand.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure,
Remember
52
that?
cents per thousand. Yeah.
If you ever have a question on it, you got my email. Just
Got
shoot
the
me.
questions, and that's
Just call me, text me, it don't matter.
What
compared
is
to,
the average household
Yeah.
usage? 4,000, 5,000?
About 5,000.
Yeah.
Just residential.
I think a lot of the studies are in that 4 to 5. If they're, like when they do a rate study, they try to normalize it, and 4 to 5 is where they
Is where they-
normalize it at.
I think we're right on that 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And you have to remember too, like when you look at our bills, you know, that's water and sewer, so you have to.
Right, separate it.
Yeah, find the water side.
yeah,
So that'll come up too when you go wastewater rates.
Right.
Well, I mean,
That's
if
why
we wanna
this-
find a good model year, we've not had a good model year, you know, like Scott was saying, and as I mentioned, I mean, 300% increase on some stuff.
Right.
So,
I was gonna say 52 cents on 1,000
Yeah.
is nothing compared to what's happening in the real world.
Yeah.
And we're, by doing the water lines like what we did in the past year, and we'll continue
Improvements.
to do, it's improving our system and
Yeah.
gives us more protection for fire and everything else.
Yeah, we are, as Russ said, we're rolling right into phase two. We had a meeting the other day and, we're just finalizing, I mean, we're down to really nitpicky things on how it's gonna go and where it's gonna go.
And the other thing I want to mention, you know, with the present council and the past councils before us, you know, they were looking ahead to the future of the town, by putting in the water line down to the Ohio River area and the water treatment plant and everything else.
Yeah, they actually started in 2000, wastewater treatment plant. So, you know, we spent $8 million on that, and like Kevin said, then we did the water system upgrade with the wells and the treatment plant. Now, with Scott's help, we've been beefing up our water distribution system. We're getting more reliable feed through our system. We're also making loops, which are important in a water system to keep service to as many folks as you can in the event of some catastrophic failures.
So, I appreciate the water board for doing this, and Russ and your crew for continuing to offer
High quality.
high quality water that we're fortunate to have.
Very fortunate.
Okay, guess Kevin's up.
I have up for second reading and adoption. I renumbered this, it did have a 2025 number on it at your first reading, but because we're carried over to the new year, I took the liberty of renaming it. It's ordinance 2026-01, and ordinance amending policies for receiving cash payments for utility and other services. Due to the impending loss of the penny, the clerk treasurer reminded us that some municipalities are already having issues with being able to provide exact change, which the town would be required to do in lieu of such this ordinance, because you can't force people to overpay their bill, and you can't accept less than, well, if you accept less than their bill, they will be the late fee. So what this does is both with regard to water and wastewater charges, it provides that if a customer pays for water charges or wastewater charges without providing exact change, even if the total payment due, the town will not provide change less than $1, and any overpayment will be applied as a credit to the customer's account. So basically, the town does not deal in coinage, it only deals in cash.
I went to a fast food restaurant the other day, and they have already posted the penny war, so.
So this represents both of those provisions.
And I just want to say too, that this isn't an immediate thing, so even with the approval tonight, I'm gonna work with the customers, post it at the counter, spread the word to everyone coming in, and like have some sort of a little grace period, because we know we're gonna get customers who are gonna come in not knowing
Right.
that this got passed tonight, not everyone, we don't have a big following on YouTube, not everyone's aware of this. But I am gonna start like posting outside the building, posting it in the office, having conversations with them, but still allowing, you know, somewhat of a grace period, maybe a couple weeks or so to kind of get the word out to all of our cash payments. Maybe a month, just because, you know, we only see some cash customers once a month, so we can have a conversation with them and let them know about the new ordinance, give them a copy of it, so that way they're aware coming in the next time, so.
Very good. Good.
Good plan.
Make a motion to approve ordinance and the second reading of ordinance 2026-01. It's an ordinance amending policies for receiving cash payments for utility and other services in the town of Sunnysville.
Second. First Jason and second for Brian, on this ordinance 2026-01. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let me know, it passes 4-0.
I do have another item, I apologize, it's not on the agenda, I forgot, I didn't notice that it wasn't on the agenda, but it's resolution 20. I'm gonna make Jane renumber her resolution, because this is the resolution for Trish to take to the county about Clubhouse Road. It's resolution 2026-01, resolution of the county council of the town of Santa Claus, Indiana concerning Clubhouse Road.
Okay, I didn't put that on the, agenda, because on your second page, you have it labeled that it should go to the redevelopment commission, which is after this meeting.
Oops. No, it doesn't go there, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's why it's not on
So we will
the
save it,
agenda.
Oh, okay.
we will save it for redevelopment?
No,
Well,
he's saying it doesn't
the
have to go
council
to.
actually should. I don't know why
Okay.
she pulled a signature line from something else,
Okay,
we'll just take it up next month, that's not a big deal. We'll have resolution, number 2, that clears up our numbering problem.
Okay.
yes.
I
Well,
apologize.
I was like, wait a minute, that's not till after this
I'm
meeting.
sorry, no, it's the town
I was
council.
confused. Okay, so we're gonna
Council.
let that one
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Okay.
She got the titles right.
We'll save it for
Yep, yep.
another day.
She just left the redevelopment, cancel.
Another Monday.
Okay.
Industrial park, we always talk to you about that, right, Kevin?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Is there, I know there's at least one business who would love to buy land in the Santa's vicinity, in order to build and continue the services they provide. And I went on GIS and looked at industrial park and it's pretty much locked up. Is that, we can validate that statement, that it is pretty much locked up? Because there's no road going to
50 acres.
any of the property.
Yeah, the only thing the town still has is 50 acres, basically.
Yeah,
When there are other owners, Santa's land, but we know that they don't sell any land.
they're not selling any land.
I don't know if the railroad guy has quite a bit of land there that he might sell. I don't know.
So that would be, the only potential would be, because we cannot get, I know that we're having trouble getting anything, any land from Santa's land.
Or from the other commercial users, the Santa Claus, or,
Right, which Santa Claus, I think, will eventually try to expand. They own that area.
I don't know how much more I think Dave Maddox has quite a bit
Yeah.
east of his property. I mean, that would be the other alternative.
But as far as the town, it's
Town-
locked up.
The town's pretty much locked up,
Okay.
except for the
All right, I just needed that to be clarified. Thank you.
Kimball also, you never know.
I know,
It
but,
doesn't hurt to reach out to Kimball,
and see if they have anything.
but they're usually not, because we approached them about something one time.
Yeah, I know. I don't think people are letting anything go. I was just hoping that the town had some. Okay, thank you.
Anything else? We're on to Jane.
We're on to you.
Okay, well, I don't have much. I do have resolution 2026-01, cancellation of warrants. This is something we do every single January, when checks have not been cashed and we've exhausted efforts to try to reach out to them, and resend checks, whatever. Once they're 2 years old, they're, considered stale dated, and so we have to receipt those funds back in. So that's what this is for. We do it every January, and this is the list of mostly sewer checks and one general check. So I just ask for approval so, we can move forward with getting those cleared off the books.
PSC just did this too. I make a motion, to approve resolution 2026-01 and the cancellation of old warrants for the town of Santa Claus.
Second,
Have a first, from Trish and a second from Jason, cancellation of old warrants. Any other discussion on this? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those that disapprove say nay, let me know, and that's 4-0.
That's all I have for tonight.
I did want to bring up, if you want, if you don't mind, you had brought this national flood insurance program.
Yes, sir.
I'll bring that up to the advisory plan commission.
Okay.
With that, because we had revised our ordinance and passed the resolution. I think Mr. Stillman was supposed to send me the application to that. I'll check on where that
Okay.
is. I think all they need is the data page, is what I think they need.
Because I thought we discussed that.
We'd had the issue before because we passed the ordinance and everything, and then they said you're still not participating because I think they needed that data page, which I don't think they've completed. So I'll check with them to see whether he or Ty will handle that.
Okay.
I know that as of the last DNR model ordinance, which is basically what you're stuck with, you did revise the ordinance to meet those standards. I'll check on it. I didn't know we weren't eligible at this point.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
That's how I got those letters.
because you did dot all the i's and cross all the t's, get reestablished the way it was. But I will follow up.
Okay, appreciate it. Nothing else, we bring it up the next meeting, next Monday, ABC.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody out there have any?
Yeah, I have one of the following questions with the industrial road. Where are we currently sitting on the land that was up for bid recently?
Zach, do we know anything about the grant?
Not yet, I mean, it's gonna be probably 2 or 3 months before we hear anything.
Okay.
I'll circle back with Brad to get a confirmation on that, but I doubt that's gonna be a very fast moving process.
Okay, there's some land that we're looking at for, a bike system in there. Otherwise, we know nothing can go residential, that's what we know so far. And so everything's up in the air at this point, that's where.
I don't, I mean, as a councilman, I'm not speaking on his behalf, but on councilman, we were supposed to, according to our contract, our agreement, we were supposed to have this resolved by the end of the year.
So I guess we neglected to do that, so we need to do something with that. Okay, so is that the land that is back in the segment where there's, and how many acres was it? Six, that's right, there were 6.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 acres.
Yeah, the problem is that they had applied for this bike, mountain bike trail
Right.
grant in the meantime. And
Right.
they had the map that they had proposed.
In the
It
interim.
uses this 6 acres.
Included, yes,
So you're basically killing
the bike thing.
well, you would be killing not necessarily the whole bike trail, they could possibly do it without it, but.
But the
obviously,
money helps,
If they get the
yeah.
money from the grant, it's not gonna be awardable for this project anyway, because you take away so much of the.
But we knew about that.
Right.
Before we put the land up for sale.
Yeah.
We've known way before the land was even put up for sale, that bike trail was, no possibility.
Mhm. It
We
was,
still chose to do
I think the surprise was that 6 acres, because
We've
we,
never seen layout of the bike.
see, that was the situation. No,
it.
I'm
No, I
not,
understand, but we still agreed to sell it.
yeah,
So, I mean, even though we knew that there was another project, we still.
right. So Zach, there we are.
I mean, it's ultimately not my decision, it's
Yeah.
land that we have available to use
I know.
for that purpose. I mean, yes, you could still have a mountain bike. The issue is any potential parking, any potential restrooms, that's probably the flattest spot on the property.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only flat part.
Yeah,
Pretty
really.
good.
I mean, at this point, it's a dream. I mean,
I know. I do think that the situation with the 6 acres and the 2 offers we had on those, and then those were,
Whoa.
yeah, those were, prior to this grant being written.
What was the dollar amount on the offers?
31,000 and 28,500.
Right, 30.
Now, we agreed 5,000 was acceptable per acre.
We've sold
So that was our
industrial
discussion.
park at that price.
Yes, we have, yes, we have.
Yeah, there was discussion to have it appraised,
Yeah,
and then
We decided
chose
to do
not to have it appraised and to go by the previous appraisal, which was 5,000 an
we can
acre.
make it 5,000 acres. Be 30,000.
And it's zone industrial, correct?
Yes.
It is zone industrial, yes.
Mhm.
But the offer did ask that it be rezoned either residential or commercial.
Right.
You already resolved that you not rezone it residential.
Right.
You would.
Yeah, commercial would be, but not residential.
Right. We
If-
did
if
the
so.
ABC, they said, no other residential, commercial only, is what they rezoned.
Right, right.
We got back to the bidder, he agreed to those terms, and then we settled.
And was that because of the bike?
Yeah, the question is, do you want to hold the land pending the bike sale? I mean, you should give them a yes or no at some point. I mean, you do have still have the right to reject the bid. And, the other question is, do you want to reject the bid, or do you want to sell it for $30,000 and kill your bike trail project?
I think we need to table it to the next meeting.
That puts us off another month.
I mean, ultimately, I can tell you, you're probably not gonna have an answer on the grant.
I know. I think that I want the bike trail more than anything, but I almost feel like we are reneging.
We can always-
I feel like the whole integrity of this bidding system is gone. I mean, what were we at, 9 months? And then we even exceeded it over what we agreed to?
That's what I'm worried about, is that the integrity is correct. Those are my-
Jason, you have any?
Like how, we have the bidding, we accepted the bid pending, and the APC said commercial or industrial. The buyer agreed to that, and then,
I don't know, I don't know what, I didn't look back at the minutes to see what exactly. I think you had tabled the bids.
we had tabled
I
them.
believe you, I don't know, that, we didn't look back at the minutes, but I don't think you ever formally accepted any bid. I think you tabled it,
Pending the APC.
so you've never accepted either bid. Because I predicted that there was a possibility of actually having a kind of mini auction between the two. If Mr. Gelhaus was willing to increase his bid, you could go back to, you can actually perform, under statute, you can perform a bidding war basically after the bids are received. The law allows you to do that. And you said you didn't want to do that.
They didn't wanna do that.
But I don't think you ever accepted either bid. And you always have the right to reject all bids. Because you've done that before with this same land, I believe. I think we had a bid, somebody had bid $1,000 for an acre. You obviously declined that.
Yeah, but we've sold in the past at 5,000 an acre. We took bids. So I don't see it being favorable to go to an auction. You know, it's, if you're gonna take bids and then go to an auction, why don't you post an auction?
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying you should do that. I'd say right now, and plus the other bidders already moved on.
And
He's
I don't recall in the minutes when that we said that we was gonna have it done at the end of the year, but I'm sure it was probably said if it was being brought up to the table here. So, Brian, you remember what it was said, is, you know, we was gonna have it finalized at the end of the year? I don't recall what
The
was said.
newspaper article or when we posted was 31st or 30th, it was the end of the year.
You mean when we
would have
advertised,
resolved. Yeah,
when we advertised for the,
the what?
when we advertised for the bids for the sale of the land, is that what you're referring to? In that advertisement, it said
It
that.
says when we
Okay.
have resolved, yes.
So it wasn't necessarily something you said at a meeting, it was in the newspaper advertisement, is what he said.
Resolution, okay.
That it would be resolved by the end of the year?
I guess that's what he
I'd have to look
said.
back.
We'd have to
I
pull
don't
it.
remember,
Yeah.
I don't remember putting that.
Okay, so it looks like we need to do some legwork, and I apologize for that, you know, because that puts you yet another month out. But I think we need to get our ducks in a row. And, are you able to attend the February meeting?
I should.
Okay. And then somehow or another, we'll have an answer for you at that time. Okay, thank you for bringing that up, both of you. All right, February. Kevin, can you
I'll brief you.
check things?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll check on the timeline on that grant if I can find anything around it. I'm not sure exactly. They usually give you a pretty good timeline, and they'll be ready to award them. I'll check on all of it.
Okay. Any Anybody else? Vouchers?
Okay. I have general vouchers in the amount of $851,969.52. And before you move forward, that's a huge number, so I would like to have some, explanation, so y'all kind of took my breath away when I saw it. So, a big chunk of that is the E and B paving invoices that were approved at the end of the year. Those are the ones that we did the additional appropriations for so that we could pay. We couldn't pay them because the money was in 26's budget and we had to move it into 25's. So that part of that voucher is $559,377.36. So that's a huge chunk. Those three invoices have been paid because we did the additional appropriations and got that money moved in. The other part of it is there was an invoice that was coded to wastewater originally, and we needed to do some moving around. It was for Performance Pipeline in the amount of $257,684.65. So that also, even though it was a manual check, what we consider a manual check, which just means it's an in-house transfer, it's still treated on the vouchers like a check. It's a manual check, it's in-house, it's not a check that actually gets printed and mailed out, but it still counts it as a check. So between those two, yes, for the paper trail. So those two are both included in that large number of general vouchers in the amount of $851,969.52.
Make a motion to approve the general voucher in the amount of $151,000. I'm sorry, $851,969.52.
Have a first from Jason. Have a second from Brian. Any other discussion on this general amount? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let me know, passes 4-0.
I have wastewater vouchers in the amount of $28,571.22.
Make a motion to approve the wastewater voucher in the amount of $28,571.22.
Second.
Okay, we have a first from Jason, a second from Trish, to pay the wastewater voucher. Any other discussion on this? Not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let me know, passes 4-0.
And I have payroll vouchers in the amount of $106,082.67.
Make a motion to approve the payroll voucher in the amount of $106,082.67.
Second. I have a first from Jason and a second from Brian to pay the payroll voucher. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let me know, passes 4-0.
I'll say something.
You have that for signature?
Do what?
Did you have that on your paper for signature?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
They did say to tell him not to show up till that meeting, it starts at like 11.
Okay,
So, like I said, there was something about his plan. Did you have a copy of that proclamation there to sign for the annals of your records?
Mhm. I do.
Most people have not. I only brought the presentation,
No, I printed one on letterhead.
that proclamation for this 100-year. Navy, I'm sorry.
oh, we have
It's not been a long time.
What's that now?
next time. Next week. Kevin, there'll be no redevelopment today. Redevelopment.
Do we have to do it to
Just to
sign
elect officers.
elect
Okay.
officers?
Okay,
We don't have any other business that I know of before we go.
okay.
So, I have all of your signed. Ooh, wait, one more. Orders. I have all of yours.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn, Trish and Jason. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, say nay. Let it be known that town council meeting for January is over. Thanks for coming.
Now we will have a redevelopment meeting. I call to order the redevelopment meeting, first meeting, January 26th. First thing on the agenda is elections. Do I have a nomination for president?
I make a motion that Jason, for president.
I second that motion. Okay. All in favor of Jason being president? I have a first by Mike, or sorry, I have a first by Kevin Burke and a second by you, Tricia Ball. I hate to say everything. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed, passes.
Okay.
And then I guess I need a motion for vice president?
No.
No, you have to do it now, take over, thank gosh, that's good, thank you.
Brian, you want vice president? Make a motion to have Brian Warren as vice president.
Okay, I second that motion.
Further discussion.
No, you have to say
Any
it.
further discussion on that?
Say it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So passes.
So,
Is he
more,
abstaining?
right, yeah,
Who seconded it? A lot of laughter.
I second.
Okay, got it.
sorry. I don't think we need anything else, do we? Are those the only two positions we have to make treasurer? Okay,
Do you have any business for it?
make a motion, we adjourn?
Second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes.
Adjourned 6:53.
That was quick.
That's good.
Oh, we're in the building? I didn't even know, I never.